So the big question today is, does height really matter when choosing a partner? Today I'll be discussing this topic that has been debated all over the world for centuries. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. Story time. So a couple of weeks ago, Davide and I were going out on a Friday night. We were just going out clubbing with a couple of friends. And I'm a heels kind of girl sometimes, especially with my knee-high boots and all. And so I bring out this lovely, amazing red boots, which is 3.5 inches high. And it looked good. And when he saw me, he was like, wow, you look amazing. But then when he stood beside me, he was 3 inches shorter. And so he started to complain and say, why'd you have to wear these heels? Oh, now you look way taller than me. It doesn't look good. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go put on flatter shoes. Okay? Because Davide is 5'10" and I'm 5'10 and a half, or 5'11 as I like to say. And so I went to put on flatter shoes. He went to change as well. And then when he came out, he said, you know what? This is wrong. Because you're your height, you're tall. I knew you were tall when I met you. And if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, I can't control the shoes you wear. There will be times you would need to wear high-heeled shoes and you'll be taller. And I have to learn to deal with that. I have to fix whatever it is about me that thinks that it's a problem for you to be taller than I am. And at that point, I smiled and I thought, wow. This height thing is really a challenge for a lot of couples. And I was happy that we came to this conclusion that it doesn't matter. If I want to wear heels, I can wear heels. If I want to go flat, I can go flat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define our relationship. Yeah, some people might think it looks awkward that the woman is taller than the man, but they're not in my relationship. They don't know how happy he makes me. Height, whatever. So the question is, are we hardwired to find certain heights more attractive? The whole tall, dark, and handsome myth. That means that because a man is tall, he's strong, he's protective, he can cuddle you, he can hold you, you can feel safe in his arms. I know growing up and reading all them Mills and Boons books, that's what I saw. The men were always way taller than the women, and they would pick them up and sweep them off their feet. And it was great. And that created a mental image in my mind of what a typical man-woman height relationship should be. But then the challenge became when I kept growing tall. I was taller than all the boys in all my classes. And even till date, most times when I do go out, I stand out almost an entire head above everybody else. So what happens to women who are tall? And I'm talking 5'10" and above. How many men are really in today's world that's much more taller than tall women? The truth is, look, everybody likes a tall man because it feels good, because we've been wired. It's in our subconscious mind. I get it. And it looks good. Let's be honest. It looks pretty good. But there is nothing worse than having a man who looks good, who doesn't care, who doesn't give a hoot about you, who is more self-absorbed and self-consumed with himself. And all he's looking at is himself in the mirror, and every woman oogling at him and telling him how good he looks. He's consumed with himself. He has no time for you. So before you start mouthing off and saying, no, I have a preference, I have a spec, he has to be 6'5", is it all about the height? Or is there more to a relationship that is more sustainable? I know I used to make choices based on looks a lot. And where did that get me? Heartaches, divorce, more abuse than you can imagine. For me, physical is great. It's the icing on the cake. But there's other things that are way more important when choosing the right partner. Does he have a vision? What are his goals? What are his values? Where is he headed in life? And what kind of relationship is he looking for? Is he looking to even be in a committed long-term relationship? That's more important to me. So what is important to you? Is it still the looks? Is it still how you step into a venue and everybody's looking at him and thinking, wow, you're thinking, Oh, I must be the luckiest girl to have this man beside me. And other women are wondering, what is he doing with her? What is more important to you? Would you pick a man who looks good physically, but who doesn't see you, who doesn't know you, who doesn't want to protect you, who doesn't want to provide for you? A man where there's no connection, there's no alignment, there's no mutual respect. Physical is great, don't get me wrong. I love a good-looking man. I love a tall, dark and handsome-looking man. But are we missing out on great connections because of physical appearance? Are we writing people off because they're a few inches shorter than what our ideal spec is? I know I've been there. Made many mistakes. I also dated shorter men. Look, let me be the first to tell you, because a man is shorter doesn't mean he's going to treat you any better. No. So what I want us to focus on is, who am I? What do I really want? What kind of man do I want? How do I want him to make me feel? What are my values? And what complementing values do I need to see in my other partner for him to be a suitable partner for me? What's his vision? Can we play together? For me, play is so big. I'm so big on play. If I can't play with you, I can't love you. I don't want a relationship that's all serious all the time. So maybe let's start looking beyond the societal norms, looking beyond what we see on social media, the picture perfect couples. We don't know what's going on when they get home at night. I'm sure you've been there too. Posting amazing pictures of you and your partner, but then you leave the venue and you're not even speaking to each other. But you look good in the pictures. So it's not about whether you're tall, dark and handsome, or whether you're short or whatever. It is really looking beyond the physical. Like what you want physically, that's fine. But let that not be the only factor when you're choosing a potential partner. And don't be too quick to write off people that don't meet your physical spec. You might be missing out on a great man. A few inches shorter, whatever. Davide is shorter than I am. Sometimes we look like we're the same height, but no, he's at least 0.5 inch shorter than I am. And I like to wear my heels. But his heart? Geez, his heart is like 100 feet high. And that's what really matters. That even though I'm taller, he can still cuddle me. I can still feel like a little girl in his arms. I still feel like he protects me because he tells me and he shows it. And when he looks at me, I just know. That's what's important. When you can see each other without needing to communicate. Where you know without a shadow of doubt that this person will forever do only things to make you happy. Everything the person is doing is in your best interest. They are thinking about you in every moment and every decision they make. That's what truly matters. So today, if you were to ask me, Joan, what is your spec? I don't have a physical spec. I still have my preferences. Yes, I would like someone who's tall, someone who's slim. Okay, good. But would I pick that over what's in their heart and what they have to offer? Absolutely not. So think about it. Team tall, dark, and handsome? Or team good guy? You decide. Thank you for listening to today's episode on the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. Till next time, sending you love and light.